Hey, what's up? Tim Cant here. And in this video, we're going to be checking out a breakdown of my new track, Libra, which is out now on the Deep Forest EP on Spatial, and that's on vinyl and digital, so why not check it out? And yeah, it's atmospheric drum and bass track with an Amen on it. So let me play a little bit so you get the idea. So there you go, you know, lots of kind of spacey atmospheric noises and slam and Amen tying it all together. Now, I don't tend to make too many Amen tunes because I think it's easy to make the Amen sound bad. I haven't really done many Amen tunes for ages, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I tried to go about it in a bit of a systematic way. I didn't really have any Amen samples that sounded the way that I wanted to. And the closest one I had was the Amen off Jungle Frenzy, which, you know, basically sounds relatively clean and not too mashed up. Though it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really kind of like, it wasn't quite what I wanted. So my first thought was to get that Amen, put it in a separate project and process it up a bit and try and get kind of like closer to where I wanted to be. So let's check out that project now. Okay, so here is the Jungle Frenzy Amen, just on its own in a project. There's been no cutting or pitching or processing. I've just got the real raw goods right here. So let's take a listen to it. Why don't we? So the whole of the beat there, apart from like the kind of first bar with the sort of stab on it, isn't there? But all the kind of good stuff, all the stuff without music on it is there. And you know, it's sounding pretty good, though it's sounding a little bit muffled, I'd say. Like there are definitely highs in there, but it feels like there are areas of it that need to be brought out. And you know, the lows are sounding okay. So, you know, it's not sounding like a million miles away from where I wanted it, but still I wanted to put some processing on it. So the first thing I added was Fab Filter. What have we got here? Well, this is, you know, it's pretty straightforward. I've boosted the lows, I've cut the mids, and then I've boosted the highs. You know, we've just got 4 bands of EQ here. Let's just hear how that sounds. And let's do a comparison on that. Yeah, so that's kind of like got rid of the muffled aspect that I wanted to. And, you know, it's boosted the bottom a little bit, whatever, nothing too crazy. I mean, look, these are all like 2 or 3 dB, really, so nothing too crazy. And then I put some glue compressor on. Let's have a listen to that. Actually, let me loop this up. So it's not doing anything crazy. And you can see that the wet mix is only like is only like 66% or whatever, basically 56% I should say. So that's just, we've just like done a little bit of gain reduction there. And then, well, wouldn't you know, once again I have, oh, what have I done here? Actually, I haven't turned down, well, I have turned it down very slightly. I've turned the mid band of the Transit Shaper, so say down almost imperceptibly. Nothing on these guys. What have we got? And then I turned down the sustain on the lows more than the mids. So let's hear how that sounds. Again, real subtle. And then we've got sound choice, PsyQ. And I mean, all I've done here is cut the highs very slightly. Let's see what that sounds like. I mean, on the not amazing headphones I'm listening to this on right now, it's practically indistinguishable, but hey, I guess I would have done it for a reason. So I was more happy with this processed version of the beat. Again, let's have a listen to it this time, turning off all the effects and then bringing them back on. yeah, I feel like that's kind of like, it's less dull, there's more definition to it or whatever, and it's tickling your ears a bit with the highs. And so I was kind of like, at this point, I was kind of, the important thing was getting a beat that made me want to start a tune. And I guess I did just that. So let's return now to the Ends project and see what else is going on, I guess. Okay, so here is the finished project. So let's dive into the beats and see what's happening with our Amon here. I guess this is in Amon group, and there it is. Now, I think I ended up using another bounce of that beat from, that I did on a different day, and we've got the time it was all bounced out here or whatever. And I think that version just has like very like slight kind of like boost on the top end, counteracting what I've done with PsyQ, I guess. And look, you can see the only processing on this channel now is just automation of the gain and high and low pass filters for some, taking things in and out, I guess. And, so I've chopped this up or whatever. Let's have a listen. Oh, and then there's the crash, which wasn't in the version that I bounced or whatever, so I had to find that somewhere else. So yeah, really, like, I tried to make this a systematic process where everything was tidy or whatever. Best laid plans of mice and men, know what I'm talking about. So let's have a listen with the crash this time. So you get the idea. It's 4 bars, and then there's a crash on the end of it. I mean, this is really doesn't need to be. There's okay. The second bar's a bit different. So there you go. Just a little bit of an Amon groove there. And then I've added some other beats. So let's see. So for the intro, we've got this rules break, which I think is off Jungle Warfare. You might recognise that beat from some good-looking records classics. Then what else have we got here? Oh, that comes in later as well, that rules break. Then we have this, which is, I believe this is the Think Shaker, which I've used many times. Just EQ and widening on there, nothing too wild. And then what's this? Oh, it's just a tiny little funky drummer. And, I funked this up a bit with some RX 950. Always good. Then we got, of course, we've got Neutron going on here with the mid-band sustain reduction. And then, oh, wow, just cutting out loads of the lows and quite a lot of the mids. So this is, just to have something on top of the break, I guess. Sounding nice. Let's bring in this as well. All very lovely. And then what's this? It's just a hi-hat. Hi-hat with EQ and no reverb. Amazing. And then we've got some just cymbal crashes. This is going to be the most basic thing you've ever heard. Well, there you go. Let's listen to those beats together, I guess. Yeah, and this is really what I wanted for this track, was just a nice, clean, energetic, defined Amon, sculpted, bronzed in the sunlight, covered in oil. Delicious. Okay, what else? Okay, so that's the beats. Let's look at the music next. Oh my goodness, we've got quite a lot of stuff here, actually. So, this is really based around the JD Magic Pad from the JD 800. Look at it there. This is a lovely pad, and I've done something very simple with it. Okay, so it's just a 5th chord, and then sometimes the 5th goes down to the 4. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's a 4th chord. And then sometimes it goes down to the minor third, I guess. Let's listen to that. Doesn't that sound lovely? It reminds me a little bit of By Any Means Necessary by DJ Trace. What a lovely tune. And then the next thing I added here was just this simple sound in Sim, which is actually... I was looking at this earlier. I was really surprised by how simple this sound is. So what I wanted to try and do was a kind of Future Engineers style evolving ARP sound. Let's just have a listen to it, actually. Oh, no, okay, that's filtering in. Let's have a listen somewhere else. Musically very simple. And this, you know, it sounds pretty futuristic, but the sound is literally just one voice of Sawtooth going through a 24 dB bandpass filter or whatever, which admittedly is tied to the pitch or whatever, but there's no modulation at all, and it's literally just the bandpass Sawtooth with the filter tied to the pitch. And then, you know, I put some EQ, delay, I guess this will be reverb, and imager on it. And yeah, it just makes a lovely sound. You know, that delay's doing a fair bit of work, whatever. Let's listen with the pad. You know, we're on our way to the future. Now, what's this? Airy lead. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is Contact. So what's this? Oh, this is from Sway, which is just a Contact library. It's got some nice sounds in it. You know, as you might be able to discern from the artwork, this is more meant to be kind of like a lo-fi vibes for chilling out and studying or whatever. But, you know, if it's got a futuristic sound in there, I'm going to use it. And then we got some stuff I made on the TR rack. So let's have a listen to this. What's this? That is very, very Scottish technospherical vibes there. What great sounds. And then what have we got here? This. I mean, I have no idea how I even made this. It sounds great, though. I mean, that's just going to be a preset that, I mean, I probably didn't even tweak it or whatever. But that sounds sick to my ears. You know, probably not much work from me in there. But, you know, thanks Korg. So we're creating a nice, lovely soundscape there. And then what? We've got some more TR rack, I think. It's just some techie noises. Again, nothing too fancy. EQ, filter, flanger, delay. And then what's this going to be? Just like an Aquasky style pad sort of thing. But look, the instruments don't stop. Oh yeah, okay. And then we got some breakdown stuff here. So let me just, yeah, we've kind of covered everything in the breakdown. Let me just play this breakdown because I really like this bit. So this is just some flute samples with a load of reverb and then delay on it. So, you know, if we played that without all these effects on, let's see how this sounds. Oh, just this. And, you know, having all of that reverb, it means I didn't even have to edit it very nicely. But look, it's just a great sample. You choose your samples right, it's a lot harder to go wrong. Do. Okay, and then with all the bits on, you know, we're in deep space all of a sudden. Yeah. Lovely stuff. What else we got in this track? Strings. Okay, so this will be a string I'm myself. It shouldn't have that little burst at the start, but that just seems to happen. There we go. I don't know why it happens. I mean, sometimes if I have like this sort of string sound at the start of a project, I'll get that burst, which I guess comes from having a load of detuned voices. Hey, look, Steve Duda knows why this is happening, but we don't really care. And this is just my tension string patch, which is just detuned sawtooth oscillator, going through a bunch of reverb, and then I've done some more EQ, delay, and reverb on that. Pretty simple. We've seen it all before. Then what's this? Arctic Doppler. This is going to be, is it? Oh, this is from the GX80. It's just like a little noise drop. Isn't that nice? And then another little thing. Very cool, dirty, atmospheric sound from Hive. Dorna Man preset. You know, Yuhi doing the hard work for me. Again, great stuff. What's this? Moving something? Oh, yeah. Now this is a cool sound, right? Oh my lord! Look at the enormity. See, I make these videos in 1080, so then the instruments come up massive. So this is moving choir, and this sound is sick, right? I love the timbre. I love the dynamic kind of like filter movement or whatever it is at the end or whatever. I don't know. So I have a little thing that goes. And then in the next 16, I just like everything was going so well. I was deciding I'm just going to, and I liked this sound so much. I was like, okay, when I replay it, I'm just going to have it play like a little bit messier or whatever. But the idea is it's still going to sound so good. It's just going to sound right. So let's see if that actually worked out. Yeah, it sounds nice, I think. You see, just to like a little bit of, you know, spice in with the sugar there, and it makes it sound nice. Okay, now what we've got, yet another synth lead. So yeah, it's just like a little arpeggiator sort of thing from Silent. And I guess, yeah, it looks like I made this sound from scratch, I guess. It's all just sawtooths, guys. It's sawtooths all the way down. Oh, apart from Voice Winds. I'm sure I've used this on multiple tracks. Oh, maybe I haven't. Anyway, it's JD800. And then what's this? Oh, and then this. Okay, so I think this sound was inspired by a blog article I wrote for Native Instruments, and I was like, and I enjoyed the sound that I made, and I was like, I wonder if I could put that in a tune. So I just tried boshing it in here. Hey, guess what? Then I had a breakdown. I didn't really have to do much work in. Let's have a listen to this. So this is Super 8. Classic Sun preset, run through guitar rig. What is this preset? The Rezo Flux preset. So as you can see, there's some reverb, some analog stuff. I guess the analog sequence is triggering the filter. There's some delay, volume, and I've automated some stuff here, I guess. Some filter stuff on the guitar rig, and that's basically that. Doesn't it sound nice? Okay, and also we have some Vox. Let's have a listen to these so-called Vox. Yeah, just a lovely breathy R&B with some EQ. I mean, I guess that reverb and delay was already on the sample. This sounds like it's got some processing on. No, it doesn't really. It's just been time stretched. Yeah, I mean, this is all probably off splice. Certainly this thing is, which I've mucked about with somehow. I can't quite remember why. How. I mean, this sounds like it's probably just time stretched. I have no idea why it's been bounced or whatever, but who knows. Oh, well, just, you know, more kind of classic style ravey / R&B box. Yeah, there you go. Okay, great. And so let's not forget the bass line. Now, can you guess how this bass was made? Is it going to be a pitch dropping sine wave? Yup, it's Tim Mello 808 Atmo yet again in the place. It's just a dropping sine wave modulating the coarse pitch there with the LFO. And as you can see, I've kind of changed it up a little bit every 32 or 16 bars. Let's just have a little listen. I mean, what did you think my bass line was going to sound like, honestly? Let's just have a listen in context. Oh, yeah, okay, effects. Wow! Let's listen to some of these effects. What is this? Just a bubbly noise. In fact, I wanted a bubbly noise for a tune I was doing the other day. I was like, let's see if I can make it myself. And I got pretty close to that sort of sound. It's just a sawtooth, funnily enough, with fast kind of pitch rise modulation and also a much slower pitch rise modulation. So it goes bup, 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 bup. And yeah, great synthesis tips there. So yeah, just make the sound you want it to make. That's my advice. What else? Just a little whoop thing. What's this? And that is a zap. Whoops and zaps, guys, very important. This is a cool sound. Tyrell number 6, Nexus 6, I guess. More human than human is our motto. Just what a banger. Yeah, and it plays it low. Okay, sick. So yeah, let's just quickly touch on the arrangement. So just starting with hats and pads. The hats, I should say, get faster. And then we have our kind of like our main lead noise coming in and stuff happening. Then we have the little baby breakbeat coming in. And more layers of pads and kind of like leads come in. And then I believe this is filtering out this break. So we have a little breakdown here. And this gives us some room for things to swell up for our drop. Let's have a listen. Eamon modulating in there. So there you go, and then in the next 16 bars, we have the main lead coming in. And then we develop things on the next 16. Vocals as well. That sounds nice to me. And then we kind of pare things down, look like loads of stuff is disappearing here. But we're not really losing too much energy because that Eamon is still rolling and now we can, you know... In fact, and we've got the funky drummer coming in or whatever, so, you know... We're replacing that energy with something else, and then what? Oh! And then the Super 8 arc coming in. More vocals, sounding nice. Oh, and then a little bit of tension string before the breakdown. And then that lovely breakdown. Let's listen to it full. There you go, and a little bit of a kind of roll, bringing the Eamon in. Nothing too complex, and then the track rolls on. just keeping things chopping and changing. You know, beats come in, beats go out, or whatever, musical elements come in and out. Then you have a nice DJ-friendly rollout at the end, just drums and bass, and then just drums, which is often how I do it. So, hey, nothing too complicated here. I've used a lot of presets and sample pack things, but I feel like I really did manage to kind of express myself with this one. I did what I wanted to do, and that makes me very happy. And as you can probably tell, I'm really happy with this track or whatever. I feel like it came out pretty interesting. Like the cool stuff in the breakdowns. Like obviously I didn't play any of that flute or whatever, but I was very happy with the kind of the chopping up on the processing, and it fit with all the other sounds, and you know. And I feel like that lead sound is kind of expressive or whatever, and I like the way it changes up and everything. So, hey, making music can be a struggle, but, you know, sometimes it works out nicely, and, you know, you have a bit of music that you're happy with. So, hey, look, thanks for watching this. I know I do a lot of track breakdowns. They're very easy to make, so thank you for your patience with those. And I don't know, maybe check out the release, link in the description. Oh, and I'm doing tutoring stuff at the moment, so if you fancy some one-to-one online tuition, check out the link in the description. Otherwise, I shall see you soon. Ta-ra!